Hey everyone, this is TC, your guiding chariot. This is going to be your daily reading for April 11th, Thursday. I'm not sure when this is going to get posted. I'm having an issue with our electrical company and they need to figure something out. So I'm just recording this, but I don't have, as of this morning, I don't have power to run my internet. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know what's going on. So at least it'll film, so once that's fixed, I can upload. So hopefully you get this soon. We'll see. Pretty simple reading for today though. We really only have one major aspect. We talked about it yesterday about Jupiter going retrograde, and again this is just a moment for reflection, introspection, but it's really about your beliefs, your faiths. Could be spirituality, and when I say faith, I don't necessarily just mean religion. It's what do you believe in, whatever higher power you are putting your trust in, and be like, hey, if I surrender to this plan, I know you are looking out for me, you've got my best interests at hand, what you believe in. So don't think it's just religion, it could be multiple things. But that's really what this retrograde is kind of helping us to look over and investigate. So wherever Sagittarius is in your chart, I believe the retrograde is happening at 14 degrees of Sagittarius. So wherever 14 degrees is in your chart, that's kind of the world that this is going to be hitting. So definitely a good thing to know if you know your natal chart. Mercury is in a square to Jupiter right now. That's kind of our main aspect today. And I don't think it happens till later on, almost into Friday. But this, even though it's a square, it's still kind of positive. Like I always say, Jupiter is our most benefic planet. It's always trying to help us out. So even though it's in a square, it's really not that bad. But what this does, being aspected to Mercury, it gives us, it's almost like a really positive outlook. Like we have high hopes for the future. So today and tomorrow definitely going to be major days for planning, if you can kind of set some time down and really looking at where it is you want to be going, what it is you want, all the things you've been working on. Are they getting you closer or farther away? Are they aligned with your desires? All that kind of stuff. So great couple days to like really put some perspective on the future. All right, so beautiful. We did get the rune of Wunjo today. We got it in reverse though. We got it, blank side up. I guess I'm gonna have to figure out a name for that other than reverse. I don't know what to call that. But anyway, we got it with the blank side up. Essentially, what that means, because normally this is the rune of personal joy. Showing up in reverse is almost kind of the opposite. We may be operating, or we've been operating kind of like a people pleaser. We've been fulfilling others' needs versus our own. Maybe we've been letting, if you're looking at it through a negative light, it could be talking about letting others down. But that may be intentional too. We may have to be like, hey, you know what? I need to focus on some of my stuff, so I'm gonna have to give this back to you because I can't do it. I need to go do something else. So it could be like that, but it could be intentional. It could be a little selfish in a way. I think one of the things that can come up with this rune, especially looking at the aspects, is almost kind of like a blurred sense of identity. Like you've promised yourself to too many other projects and you've kind of lost sight of what it is your main focus was because you've been so busy taking on all these other tasks or trying to, people please or help other people out or all these kind of things. So again, there may be that need to kind of like step back and take a look at everything. Remember, Jupiter not only rules Sagittarius, but it's in Sagittarius right now. And that's a very like big picture type of energy. So for the next couple months during this retrograde, a lot of us, if not all of us, are kind of going to be in a moment where we need to like step back so we can see the big picture and see how everything is fitting together. Yes, sometimes you need to be really zoned in and looking at all the details and all of that, but then other times you need to kind of make sure all those little details are still going in the right direction. So definitely something to be aware of for today. I think that's really all I have to add about our aspects and things. So yeah, let's tilt this down so we can pull some cards. Sweet, all right. So I'm still super infatuated with these new decks. So they are making a return once again. So I have the Moonology deck here for our Oracle, and then we're going to be using the Mystic Mondays deck for our tarot spread. I think these guys, ooh, yeah, we're not taking that. That's way too much. I think these cards are a little too thick. for me to... Oh, nope, I lied. See, they're like, oh, you think you can boss us around? No. Okay. No, we're just going to take this guy. Ooh, look at that. Balsamic Moon. Makes me want some Italian food. But Balsamic Moon, a time for healing. I love this card. So, and yes, we may be going through a lot of that right now. You know, we're looking to the future. We're reassessing this kind of step back. You know, maybe we've been spreading ourselves a little too thin. I think for most of us, we've gone through a lot of healing. I think this new moon in Aries really triggered a lot of this for us. So I don't necessarily say that the healing is happening now, although it could be. But I think a lot, for most of us, this is really utilizing the healing that we got from the new moon. So it's like you received it, you've been going through a few days to kind of process, feel things out. And now we're really, you know, it's almost like we've been healed and now we're kind of building that strength. So now we're kind of like getting back into the flow is really where I see this, you know, this energy kind of peaking up. So it's like we went through the healing and now we're going through like physical training to get stronger. Like we're starting to put some action. We're not just like in the bed recovering. You know what I mean? We're not on bed rest anymore. We're starting to like move forward again, which I think is great. Yeah. No. I was almost like, do I want more Moonology cards? But I'll think about it. We went through those already. Hey, bad boys, where are you going? All right. Oh, it's so nice and windy in here today. All right. Let's see. What's the bottom of the deck? Oh, bottom of the deck. 4 of Pentacles. Saving up. Saving up. We're building up some resources for some big expenditure, some big jump. What is it? Look at that. Queen of Wands. So very social, very sensual energy. I like this. This could speak to multiple things. This is also fire energy. We were talking about Jupiter, which is in Sag, which is a fire sign. This Queen of Wands, to me, I think this is kind of where we're refocusing our energy. So Queen of Wands, yes, very sensual, very social. Here I'm talking about pulling back and looking at big picture and all this kind of stuff. The thing with the Queen of Wands is, although she's social, she's not the one chasing. She just stands here and everything comes to her. Like you can see she's holding, I'm assuming it's a flower. To me it looks like a flower, but she's holding a flower in this hand. Flowers do the same thing. Do they need to be pollinated? Yes, but do they run around chasing every bee on the planet? No, they just sit there and wait, and the bees come to her. That's exactly what's going on for us. We are now transitioning so that we are the stable one, because we have our own we have our own plans, we have our own mission. We can't be running around chasing all these other energies. So we're just going to hang out, and those who want to see us have to come to us. And then we have the Hierophant card. Love this. So to me, this is, I feel like we're probably going to see this card a lot over the next couple months with this retrograde. But the Hierophant has to do with, you know, learning. It does kind of have to do with religion as well. But this is really understanding, learning from tradition, commitment. You know, this where are we putting our commitments? Where are we putting our devotion? That's really the assessing. You know, it's almost like this Queen of Wands is staying inside of the temple. You know, here's the idea of, you know, a place of higher learning. But it's kind of like, again, this pyramid isn't running around. This isn't like some rogue priest who's just running around teaching people the gospel. Like, this is a centered place of worship and understanding. And I mean, pyramids are also, you know, burial tombs and things like that. But it's a stable, grounded place. And I think that's really emphasizing this. Like, our commitment has to be to self and our purpose. Whatever it is that we came here to do. Yes, look, 7 of Wands. This is the total I'm doing it my way card. So yes, you may be these other people with these 6 wands down at the bottom. You may have to tell them, nope, sorry, doing it my way. Can't do it. Again, the planning, the reassessing. 10 of Cups. Yes, we're working on our fairy tale ending. And that's the thing, we are working on our fairy tale ending. We're not working on someone else's. We're not trying to chip into someone else's happiness. It doesn't mean you're not going to make someone else happy, but Right now, this is the focus, our happiness. And theirs should be their own as well. Like, they have to be taking care of it, not you. Then we have the Nine of Swords. So maybe feel a little anxious. We might be anxious about a couple things. Could be anxious about our own journey. How do we make it happen? Where do we go? I think most of us are going to be anxious about this. Telling these other people that, I'm sorry, I got to pull back now. I think that's where most of the anxiety is lying. Oh, look. Let me get the Hermit card. So again, this is a card of going within. A card of self, learning from guides, intuition, that inner voice, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. But again, there's a lot here speaking to, I don't even want to say like being your own person, but it's like there's a big focus on the individual. It's like you're not chasing anymore. The opportunities are coming to you. You need to be in your own sacred space. You need to be in your own mind. Telling other people that, hey, I'm glad you have an opinion of what I should be doing right now, but guess what? It's my life. I have my own purpose. I need to be working on these things to make my own happiness happen. And then internally, I feel like, we're a little worried about severing some of these ties. And honestly, we're not severing their ties. You have the right to decide what you do with your time. You do not belong to everyone else. You belong to yourself. If you have some extra time that you literally have nothing to do with, and you want to connect and offer your assistance to these people, that's fine. Go for it. I'm not saying to forsake every single human on the planet, but I'm just saying priority numero uno needs to be you and your goals and your desires. That's going to be at the forefront. Desire should be driving everything you do. And if in that moment your desire is to go help out your friend with something, that is fine. Go for it. Do it. But if you know that, okay, I need to put some energy into this project or finding this new job or setting up this business or, whatever it is, that needs to be priority number one. And if you don't know what that is, here's how you find out. Go within. Silence all the distractions, silence the other voices, and just really listen to yourself. What is it you want? What is it you need? All right? I know I just did the Aquarius video and I talked a lot about these messages coming through or coming out for you through nature and being outdoors. So for aquas that are watching this, or even anyone who is kind of in that moment, that may be a help. Go just kind of be chill and be present outdoors in nature. Go to a park and just sit under a tree somewhere, hang out on a bench. But the thing is, and I said this in the Aquarius video, the thing is you need to be present there. You can't go to the park and be listening to your music or go to the park and read a book. I want you to actually be in the park and bring some mindfulness to that moment. Sit there and really look at the trees. Consider, take note of how things are feeling. How do your feet feel in the ground? How does the breeze feel in your skin? What temperature is it? Really be present in that moment and then kind of help to silence the mind and bring everything together. That's where you're going to get the messages. If you're being distracted by, listening to music or reading a book or, whatever, checking out the hot guy down the street, whatever it is, that is going to get in the way. It's the same as if you were just going about your daily life and, talking to coworkers or planning what you're going to have for dinner, or I need to go pick up groceries, or I need to stop at the dry cleaners or whatever. That's the chatter that silences this voice, because all of those things speak way louder than this quiet voice. So you need to take out all the distractions so you can hear this person. Or I shouldn't say this person, it's you. But I hope that made sense. But essentially, let desire be the guiding factor right now, all right? Okay, my loves, I'm going to wrap it up here. Again, hopefully I get this up sometime soon. Hopefully early this afternoon, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Send you guys lots of love. I'm probably going to film tomorrow's reading also right now, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. So they'll probably be uploaded together. So hopefully you'll get a little jump start on tomorrow. All right? Cool. I'm going to wrap it up. Send you guys all my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your patience and your time for coming and watching this video. As always, all the likes, comments, subscriptions, super appreciated. Especially the comments. If you have anything to share for me, drop it in the comment section downstairs. You can DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And of course, you want to hit me up for a personal reading. All that info will be in the description box. I found it's probably easier, my email, the one I have for business, I never get notifications for it, so if I remember to check it is when I check it. So if you do check it or leave a comment there and it's been a little bit before I have responded, I probably just haven't thought about it and I'm not getting a notification. So maybe DM me on Instagram might be a little quicker. That might be a thing. Just I throw it out there. All right, my loves, take care. I will see you in the next video. Bye.